Okay, good afternoon everybody and welcome to another Chef's Platter. Last week we talked when we were in the Fairview. We have been talking about the Eldoret, the fair, and we have been talking about vegetables. Now it is very, very important for chefs to know, and actually for everybody at home also, to know about the vegetables and to know about the farmers. Now we are in the middle of these beautiful farms, and we have been working today in the kitchen, and we use some beautiful vegetables coming from here. We have some red cabbage here, we have some white cabbage here, and some zucchini on the other side. So we will be taking you later on to our pavilion, and we'll talk a little bit more about vegetables and what to do. Vegetables, if you know about your farmer and you know it's organic, buy it. If it's pesticide, if there is lots of pesticide, don't buy it. So I will see you later.
My name is Pieter Jong from Grimme, and at this moment we are busy with soil preparation to plant later on in this kind of ridges. We do that because we want to have a fine planting bed. Because when it's fine enough, the potatoes are growing better, the harvesting is going easier, and so on. That's why we're now adjusting the machine, so it's not going that fast at this moment, because all people have walked here over this field yesterday, so it's a little bit hard. So at this moment we are adjusting the machine so that we can have nice ridges to plant in later, and you will see that later too.
I work with Agrico East Africa. We're working in the supply of certified seeds in the country. At the moment, the amount of certified seed available to the farmer is very low, and so we hope to be able to improve the farmer access to certified seed. Now, a big part of it is for us to be able to help the Kenyan farmer, if they can have access to certified seed, that through the import of good seed, we multiply the seed once in Kenya so that we can reduce the price for the seed to Kenyan farmers. Then we sell the seed on. Kenyan farmers can get better yields from clean certified seed, which increases their earnings, which is going to end up with more farmers growing more potatoes, which helps in the families. The women are the ones who grow most of the potatoes. They'll have more cash at home, they can send their kids to school, they can grow larger areas of potatoes to generally increase the welfare of the smallholder farmer in Kenya. With good seed, we also think we can really help the value chain by having the right varieties for the right type of processing or for the right uses. Less disease pressure in the country, making it easier to grow, and have have potatoes that can stay and store better so that farmers don't get exploited by the traders as much as they do at the moment. Now, with our project, we also want to reach a lot of different farmers through a lot of sort of demo fields around the country, where we can teach farmers also how to grow potatoes in the right way. We believe that with a few very basic improvements in the farming techniques, the farmers can get huge increases in yields from what their current status is at the moment.
My name is Meijnder den Oude. I come from Holland. I am a Dutch farmer myself, growing 75 acres of potatoes, table potatoes and seed potatoes. I work here as a representative of the company Koppert that sells biological liquids for treatment of seed potatoes against all kinds of diseases and soil-borne diseases, improving healthy root system so that you get healthy plants which you need to get a good yield. So the process of this whole machine, which is dedicated for treatment of seed potatoes, will start from this side. One man is pouring in potatoes, as I'm doing now. Give me some space, please. Usually you empty a bag here. Okay. I will switch on the machine now, so you see the potatoes move in this direction and then get the treatment. Potatoes will start. Treatment is starting now. Just a moment. Potatoes will roll on the roller table and get the treatment of low application of water and the liquid to protect the potatoes against all kinds of diseases. This is done as a service by the company Koppert. If you buy their products, they will supply you with this kind of machines to give the best application that you can do, much better than by hand on the floor. I will switch it off now. It's basic, and you can do quite a lot of potatoes in a few hours. And that's what actually this is meant for.
Good. So, very nice here. So you see even the carrots, beautiful soil. The carrots, this is parsley, Italian parsley, coriander. So white cabbage, huge white cabbage. tomatoes on the other side, cauliflower. So everything grows, everything. Beautiful carrots. Look at this beautiful tomatoes. And like I said, everything grows. This is a greenhouse, huh? This is a greenhouse. So the climate is very beautiful and very controlled. Tomatoes, peppers, everything is growing here. Such a beautiful soil. Kenya is blessed with this beautiful soil. So you see, when you control the climate, you get the same tomatoes, the same growths. So look at this peppers. The same thing also, very beautiful. Controlled climate, very important. Look at this. Wow. You see, and then when you don't use the pesticides, the tomato actually tastes like a tomato. And the pepper tastes like pepper, not like something else. Look at how beautiful this is. Look at this. Now, if you smell, it's already, you smell the pepper. Now, when you work with peppers that were used with pesticides, it doesn't smell the pepper. But this is not nature. And you leave the nature do what it does best, is to grow the vegetables. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love to be here. Yeah. Tomatoes smell like the tomato, and then if you use this for your cooking, that's the best what you can do. Is the natural tomatoes. To make a sauce, a tomato sauce from this, or to make an antiboise from this, like tomato, garlic, and olive oil. You don't need more. You really don't need more. Okay, thank you.
Welcome to day 2 of the fair. I'm excited about it. How about you, Mohsine?
I am very
Yeah?
excited. I just arrived this morning, very early, and from the hotel to the fair, and then you see all these beautiful faces. It's incredible. Welcome everybody, karibuni. So, like I said, my name is Mohsine Korich. I am the executive chef at the Fairview Hotel in Nairobi, Upper Hill. I think about 35 years of experience. I have been all over the world where I enjoy cooking. And this is one of those places that makes me happy. Just to teach or to show people how at home you can make it.
So
yeah.
maybe it's nice to know how many people in our audience are either chefs or do a lot of cooking as well. Can you raise your hand if you are involved with cooking a lot?
Who is a chef?
Who's
in
a
the
chef
audience?
here? Yes, we have 1.
2.
And there's also 2.
3.
Are there more
Okay.
people in the hospitality industry? serving, housekeeping, anything like that that also are interested in cooking? Can you raise your hands? Okay, so more?
Very, very good.
So that's nice. So feel free to ask questions in between.
Please, if you need any explanation or anything, feel free to ask. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a Mediterranean dish. I'm from Morocco, from North Africa. So we work a lot with fish and crustaceans. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do mussels and clams, scallops and prawns on the barbecue, and we will add them together, and then some structures of vegetables. Now, vegetables, as you know, everybody works with vegetables, but you can make lots of beautiful things with vegetables. The same thing with the potatoes. What we are using, the potatoes that we are using, can you explain to us a little bit about the potatoes?
So we're using...
No, not this one, Manitou.
The Manitou. We're using the Manitou potato today. The Manitou potato is a very big potato with a red peel. It's a very consistent potato, so that's nice for chefs because when you're making something that needs a lot of consistency,
yes,
you can pay attention to that.
Okay. And I want to emphasize on this potato how beautiful the structure is. If you see how we call it tourner in French, which is the kitchen words, I made a beautiful shape. Now with this potato, because it's so consistent, the structure is so beautiful, you can make all kinds of shapes from it and then cook it. Now why did I make this? Because you will see when I make the plates, I will make it, I will put it on the plate on different structures, so you make the plate a little bit. You see, when you make a plate, it's beautiful to have a height, always. When a plate is really flat, it doesn't make sense. So it's beautiful to make a height. So with this potato, you can make all kinds of shapes. Please explain a little bit more.
So the Manitou is actually grown by Agrico and Molly Flowers. They're in the potato stand over there. The potato is really interesting for food security as well, and that's also important, of course. I mean, it can grow throughout the year, it can rotate a lot, and then also the losses are very little because it's very resistant to disease. So for farmers, this is a real gain as well. So please, if you have any questions, feel free to go over to the potato tent later and ask questions there as well.
Or beer? No? Okay, give me some. Okay, so we're gonna start with showing you how to do the mussels and the cockles. The clams, beautiful, and then the mussels. Now the mussels, I'm gonna take the ones that are a little bit open, and then we're gonna start with what we call a mirepoix, so some onions and carrots. I have 1 leaf of sage, some parsley, leek, and then we're gonna just simmer a little bit. Simmer the vegetables. By simmering the vegetables, you give actually the taste. The flavor comes after simmering. I'm gonna add a little bit lime zest, just to give it a little bit more flavor. And while they're simmering, I'm gonna add the clams. And the mussels. you have a lid? So while I'm doing this, in the same time, and the chefs between us, you know that you have to be a little bit multiple tasks. So we're gonna do the scallops. Yeah. Oh, here. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to put a lid in here. So I want to steam the mussels and the clams. So it's very important to know, and to know also at what time you want to take it. So what we're going to do, we're going to wait until it's cooking a little bit, and then we're going to just shake it up, and then second time to the boil, and then we're done. Now, in Europe, lots of people, when they cook mussels, they cook them with white wine, like in France, white wine. Belgium and Holland is very, very interesting. They use beer. So I'm gonna use a Tusker to cook it. So we're gonna add a little bit beer.
Mohsine, I don't think that's a little bit, huh?
A little bit much beer. And then we're gonna just shake a little bit. Okay, in the meanwhile, Chef Ali, if you want to put the prawns on the barbecue.
Are there any questions so far?
Up to now, are there any questions? Chefs, huh? Oh, you don't see? Yeah.
What you can do is once in a while,
Yeah.
just walk over
Walk
a
over
little
here
bit
and then
towards this side and come and have a look. But not the whole time through, but just stand up, come and have a look. It's okay.
there's the scallops.
Yeah? So you can come up, come and have a look the way it looks now, and then go back. It's fine. Yeah?
Here. So, in the meanwhile, I'm gonna pan fry the scallops. And then to give it a little bit more flavor, we want to grill the prawns. Is it hot? No, it's not hot enough. Yeah. So just put them here. Put some of them there. So now, like I said, it's very important to work with vegetables. We need vegetables. We need magnesium. We need all the vitamins that are in the vegetables. So, but just cook them and put them on your plate, it's not interesting, and certainly for the chefs. So you can make structures of the vegetables. Now what I made is purees. We call them jellies of vegetables. So what I'm gonna show you today, I made a squid ink. So from the squid ink, I made a cauliflower puree, and I added the squid ink so it's black. Now, when it's black, and I think that lots of you will come here so I can show you how I will play this. Chefs, so like I said, it's very important to give the plate a certain height, and that's what we're gonna do now. Just put it a little bit higher. I'm gonna make, so whoever wants to see, come here please. I'm gonna make 2 dots, big dots here. Black, with the squid ink. And then I have a cauliflower. Cauliflower puree. I'm gonna put it black and white, okay? Now, always very important, how do you want to use your plates? And I'm gonna just, Chef Ali, come here so I can show you.
Can you see it?
I'm gonna just
Can you see
use
it?
this or a glass or whatever, and I'm gonna press it here, okay? Then I'm creating already a relief. I'm creating a height.
So let
To
me,
the-
let me also show it to the
Yeah.
chefs. This is what it looks like when you press the glass.
Okay.
Yeah? So you made 2 dots before, which looks like this. And
So-
then
And
we press
it's,
the glass and it turns out to be like this. Yeah?
you know, it's about being innovative. You see, this is something already that is gonna make your plate already, you have already a base for your plate.
I think there was also one question in the public.
Yes? What question?
Who had the question? Can you raise your hand?
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Please talk loudly.
Come.
Just ask your question. Yeah, there's no microphone, so just go. Okay. Yeah.
To the chefs, my name is Max Milan, and my question was, what was the work of the beer? What was the function of adding the beer to the crumbs and mussels?
It's 2 things. Is that it adds the liquid to the mussels so it doesn't burn. And the second thing is the flavor that the beer has adds also a little bit more flavor. So it's a combination of liquid and flavor.
So can you say, can it have alcoholic effect, like when you take it too much you might be drunk or something like
No,
that?
because the alcohol, you see, that's it. When you use the beer or wine and you bring it to the boil, the steam is the alcohol. So you break actually the alcohol. So when you use wine, whiskey, anything that you use on alcohol, you bring it to the boil or you flame it, the alcohol goes away. So you have 0 alcohol.
Okay, can you give me some other alternative instead of using the beer? Or can I use something like a vinegar?
Of course, you can use vinegar, you can use a little bit lemon juice, you can use water, you can use whatever you want.
So the beer, it's not compulsory?
It's not. It's just for the flavor.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? Thank you. Okay, so we are ready. The next thing is, how do I want my plate to be? So we're gonna design the plate See, we're gonna design the plate. And it's very important because people look at the food before they eat it. So it's very important to make your plate colorful, beautiful. Presentation is a key, yes.
Once in a while, I will just hold up the plate so the people a little bit further away can also see. Yes, that's the next step. Can you all see? Okay, great.
So like I said, presentation is really a key because you want, and certainly when you work in this industry, you want people to like your food. So to like your food, you want to present it beautifully. And that's what we're gonna do. So now, I have black, white, and white. I am gonna add another color to the plate, which is green peas. So we're gonna just play with the plate.
So how did you actually make the jelly of the green peas?
The jelly is cooking the green peas up really until they are very, very cooked. And then with the water where you cook it, so the stock, we add it a little bit. We put it in the mixer, and then we add what we call a binder, which is a bio binder or nature from a flour, and then it becomes like this. Now you can go further, and you make this. You add agar-agar, which is also natural algae, and then you make a jelly.
Did everyone understand that? Some people were here yesterday. We made jelly.
Yeah.
This is kind of the same process as we had yesterday.
So I just play with the plate, what you want. I have also a yellow pepper jelly made in the same way, and then I'm gonna add to the plate. But you're not only adding colors, you are adding flavors. Okay, this is a combination of beautiful flavors. The cauliflower, the green pea, this is the yellow pepper.
I will again hold up the plate so you can see. So we have the different jellies, and you can see they're set. Otherwise, when I would be holding it up, they would slide down, but they're even set on the plate. Yeah, that's the effect of a jelly. So you create a little piece of art on your plate.
Also, like I said, structures of vegetables. And that's why we are here. It's to give the vegetables also a beautiful, a good name. Because vegetables are very healthy, but also very nice to work with. Here I have beetroot. I have some haricots verts, or French beans. So we are building the plate, like I said. Whoops. Ali, would you help me here, please? Just put this thing here. Up, stand in. We have also beetroot, yellow beetroot, and then the white beetroot. So we are playing with the plates, and we are playing, creating some colors. Now, if you have a plate like this in a restaurant and you see this, you want to eat because it's beautiful, okay? So you start with, of course, the vision, and then after that, you start eating. So we're gonna get the prawns and everything.
For the public, don't worry. We will show around the plates as soon as they're finished, and I'll make sure that everyone sees it, yeah? So don't worry, I will also come to the other side to show you the way the plate looks before it's finished, and you can take a picture as well. Yeah?
So scallops.
It smells delicious, by the way.
Prawn. Now I cook the prawn with the head because I like the flavor. So that's, yeah, that's gonna be flavorish. And then we're gonna add the mussels.
Oh, it smells so good. Actually, Mohsine, I think you should take the pen up there and let also them smell it
Yes.
for a bit.
Let's.
I
Who
mean,
want to
the
smell?
The smell is amazing. Let's take it up here. Yeah.
That's the beer. Smell. You see?
So someone
See all
was
the flavors
asking-
coming together, eh?
Someone was asking, can we replace the beer with something else? Yes, you can.
Yes,
but
you can.
I mean, if you smell this, do you really want
smell
to
it.
replace it with something else?
Come on, guys. Smell. How beautiful. Okay? So, and then it's beautiful to add this beautiful earthy products. Look at this. You know, you don't need much to make something beautiful. See, like I said, you see your plate is already looking very beautiful. Your plates, because when you bring it to a table, what is going to happen? People are going to say, oh, I don't want to touch it. But, and then we're going to add the colors also. We're going to add some edible flowers. This is flowers that are in the wilderness. You can find them, but you can eat them. It adds lots of flavors to the plate. And so you create, and you know, the sky is the limit, really. You create something because you think about it. Do not, you know, and lots of chefs have lots of things on the table, and they will put everything together, and before you know it is too full. The plate is too full. Don't. Put components, 5 or 6 components in your head and work with it.
So essentially, you're serving a plate with seafood and vegetables, isn't it? But the way it looks,
It's, you know,
it expects
when
much
you
more.
when you talk about it like this, it's you know, it seems very neutral, very. But when you present it like this, then it's very nice to look at it, but also very nice to eat it. So, like I said, the potatoes are a component that is very important on your plate. So we're gonna add the potatoes. And then I have the vinaigrettes. Where is the vinaigrette that we made? Chef Ali, the vinaigrette? The bowl. Okay. So we made a vinaigrette to go with.
Talk about the ingredients.
Give me a spoon. Olive oil, mustard, Dijon mustard, soya sauce, honey, and a little bit garlic, just to give it that saltiness.
And you're not saying quantities. I know that's for a reason.
Big,
What do you want to taste? What
I
do you
have
as a
made
chef
this
want
thing
to
so
taste?
many times, to tell you the truth. I just do, what you want to taste is a sweet and sour.
Sweet and sour.
So your vinegar, your soy, give you the sweetness. The vinegar going to give you the sourness, and the Dijon mustard will give you that saltiness. So that's the combination that you want. Okay?
Thanks.
So, voila.
Great. So what my proposition is, Ali will walk around with the plate to show everyone that's been waiting here.
Absolutely.
And I would like to invite these two gentlemen in front to come up behind the fence here and have a taste.
Okay, so...
and then they can tell you what they think.
We'll do some... Marco.
Okay.
Just
Nice.
simple.
The mussels
One
from
moment.
Brussels.
The mussels from Brussels.
Yeah. Which beer?
Beer from Kenya. Tusker.
Best beer of Kenya, Tusker.
He's getting money from Tusker, that's why.
We're also making small samples for the whole public to be tasting. But please, you've gotten your picture? Yeah? You good?
So like
Okay.
I'm saying,
Please have a taste and try to have a bit of everything on one bite. Huh?
for the chefs, it's very important to think about colors. Because when you dish a plate, you have to make it as beautiful as you can.
So what are you tasting? Can you describe it to me?
He's tasting heaven.
And please, you can look in that camera? This one? Can you move? Can you move? Sorry, can you move to this side? Yeah? Like that? Yeah? Just stand here?
They have a crunchy
Can
taste.
you look in that camera?
Yeah, they have a crunchy taste, and they also taste sweet and sour because of the sauce which you use to. And they look very attractive because the impression they create to the customer will increase the appetite of the customer because of the impression and the nuances which he has used. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. What about you, my friends? What do you taste?
Sorry, just stand here.
He's
If you
come
can.
here and...
First is look attractive. Also of garnishing. Secondly, it looks so attractive to the customers. For a taste, it's tasting. Because of those vinaigrette, it just like some vinegar and some sweet and sour. Because of beer, you have that
It
flavor.
gives that bitterness and the beer.
Yeah.
Because of the hope, because of the... see when you drink...
Because of those alcoholic, you taste that alcoholic taste, and it looks good.
So
Thank you.
what did you learn from this? What is the most important lesson you'll take home from this?
The most thing is garnishing of the plate and presentation for your food.
Very, very important.
Yeah.
For the guests, when you are in the hotel or the restaurant industry, you of course you want that your guests are very happy. Now, how are they happy? How are they going to be happy? If the presentation is very, very important because your guest knows that you made it with love, that you made it, that you care about them. When they come to your restaurant, you care about them. So you're showing them something very beautiful. And certainly, which is the most important thing, is your flavor. Flavor, flavor, flavor. And combine, be a little bit, as a chef, be adventurer, adventurous, yeah. Like Indiana Jones. So, you know, it's very important that your guests, because when your guests are happy, they come back. They talk about you. They talk to their families, to their friends. They say, you have to go to that restaurant or the other restaurant. And that's what makes you unique. Okay. Chef Ali, would you cut this a little bit?
Small bit.
Small, yeah. Here is a knife, so everybody can. Mm. Yeah, I have only 4. So, okay. Yes.
So we
Yes,
had one more
pizza.
question. What is the leaf you put on?
This is a chap choy. This is a Chinese vegetable, which is a little bit salty, and it adds actually little a nice saltiness too. Because we are working with seafood, and you will see when you taste, you're gonna have that saltiness without adding the salt. You have seen me; I didn't add any salt to the fish. Okay, but that's the one that is gonna give you your saltiness. Chef, just add a little bit, yeah. Yeah, we can finish these plates also. We have enough.
So don't worry, we will come round with the small plates. You'll get to taste, yeah?
And please, when you taste, try to taste the seafood with the vinaigrettes, with what we made. So you will see the difference. Okay, so
So one of the things that's also interesting to mention is that a lot of the vegetables that we're working today are organic vegetables.
yeah,
Of course, that increases a lot the taste. And next to that, it's also much healthier
to work
eat,
with, yeah.
to work with. In Kenya, there's a very high use of chemicals and pesticides in vegetables. It's very unhealthy, and there are a number of farms, Fresh and Easy, Mlongo Farm. They're working with organic vegetables, and by that we make sure that also the client in the restaurant is not
Is
poisoned.
aware of. Yeah, is aware of. It's very important because, you know, the world is full of problems already. So we don't need to add problems to our foods. And problems are pesticides. Yes. Problems are, you know, pesticides are unhealthy. No, it's wrong. So I have already there.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Yes. So. It's fine, just put 2 of the clams, because actually they taste a little bit the same. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you enjoyed our workshop, and we will be doing another one at 3, yeah? So like I said, we were having this morning breakfast together, and then we thought, let's do something together. And I chose red snapper, and I made what we call persillade. Persillade is parsley, coriander, lemon zest and lemon, tarragon, turmeric, paprika, ginger, garlic, olive oil, cumin seeds, and cardamom. So it's a lot. It's a very, very heavy, beautiful tapenade. So it looks, Chef Ali, if you want to show them, please, one.
Yeah, sure.
So
here we are, and this is how it looks. So we have the fish, which is red snapper, and then now the marinade blend, the paste that he made, which is basically green, and we just kind of marinate it on top. So what's going to happen? We're going to pan sear it, right?
Yeah.
Great. So we're going to pan sear it in hot pan and then finish it up in the oven.
Yes.
So that you retain all the beautiful flavors from the top, which are the beautiful flavors that you mentioned, a bit of some
exactly.
Coriander.
Exactly. There's lots of flavors in it, and then what I did is I made a sauce from butter, the same herbs that I made, so the tarragon, the coriander, and the parsley. And then I add some soya sauce. We call it beurre aromatique. In French, it's beurre aromatique. Now, aromatic butter. So it has lots of aromas. Okay. And
Great.
Chef Ali, what are you going to make?
We're going to make some potatoes. Of course, we're going to use some Panamera. Right?
Yes.
From Kissimo Farm. These potatoes are amazing that they are available throughout the year. Right?
Throughout.
They're available anytime from Kissimo Farm. And I just cut the potatoes into thin slices. And we normally cut these potatoes in thin slices when we make viazi vianazi or this is really Swahili staple back in Mombasa.
Thank you.
And of course, I'm going to use coconut cream as well. It's basically a fusion. We're going to do this fusion of the East African with the North African. So we're going to say East Africa meets North, or East meets North, and then there's going to be fantastic. My ingredients for the viazi vanazi will definitely be some garlic, ginger, and a bit of some onions that I roughly cut. So I'm just going to go straight ahead into a hot pan. I'm going to saute a bit of some onions. We got a nice golden brown. I'm just going to saute, and then we'll go in with garlic and ginger. I'm going to go in with some garlic and ginger as well. This is a paste already made. You can make this at home really easy. All you need to do is just peel your garlic and ginger, blend it. You can add a bit of some oil for preservation purposes. put it in a sealed can like this and just sit it in the fridge. That's what I do every other day at home.
But you see, the beautiful thing about this is that we didn't really talk about the ingredients. We just met this morning and we had ideas, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna make this, and he said, I'm gonna make. But you see that it doesn't matter, is it East Africa, West Africa, North Africa, or South Africa?
Yep.
As an African continent, we use lots of things similarly.
Yep.
We have lots of the food is similar. Maybe at the coast we use a little bit more chilies. At North Africa we don't use chilies. It's only for people that really like hot foods. But you see that there is lots of similarity. Now, I am gonna sear it on one side. And then I'm gonna finish it in the oven about 180 degrees for about 4 or 5 minutes. So this is gonna go to the oven.
So the idea of going to the oven is that you want to cook it all through. So pan-searing goes just like to get a nice crust, lock in the beautiful flavors inside the fish, and then now go into the oven, cook it through inside. What I did here, I just added the potatoes, and I'm getting the flavors from the, I'm getting the flavors from the onions and garlic ginger paste. And I want to coat these flavors on the potatoes. And as soon as the flavors are coated, I'm going to go in with my coconut milk.
So now, like I said, beurre aromatique, coriander, parsley, tarragon, olive oil, tarragon, onions, butter, olive oil, and soya sauce. Now you will see that I did not add any salt to the fish. Why? Because the soya sauce is salty enough, so we're not gonna put salt on salt, otherwise it's gonna be a little bit too salty.
Great. Now I'm gonna go in with my coconut milk, but it looks like cream to me. It's like really thick. So I have to go in with a bit of some water because I want the potatoes to cook. So at the coast, we're very rich with the coconut. Almost everything has coconut. Like our starter could have coconut, the main dish would have coconut, the dessert would have coconut. If you're familiar with ndezi, zanazi, you know, I see you're shaking your head, so probably you understand this stuff, right? Yes! Good stuff, great. So I'm just gonna go in with a bit of some water because I want it to boil and cook the potatoes really well. So that will be fine.
So now you see again the flavorness of this beautiful continent that we have. I am working on the salty side, which is the soya sauce again and the herbs. And Chef Ali is working on the sweet side, which is the potatoes and the coconut. And then together, we're gonna create something beautiful. So, in the meanwhile, I am gonna start with putting the plates together. And like I said, for the people that were here before, the vision on your plates are very, very important. When you make a plate, make it nice. So when you send it to your guest, or you send it to your family, if you have a friend and family at home and you are making something, make sure that the plates are looking very beautiful. So we're gonna start with making the plates.
I'm gonna add in some turmeric. It's very important whenever you're making like viazi vanazi, it should be a bit yellow in color. So I'm gonna go in with some turmeric, and this will give me the beautiful yellow color that I need. And then we'll finish it off with more coconut cream because we want it to be nice and rich. Go in there, but towards the end, once the potatoes are nice and soft, because the moment you put in any lime juice or vinegar on potatoes, which are basically raw, they're not gonna cook. You know, you get Kiswahili tunasema cherema. Like, you know, you're gonna get a potato that's like really hard, but at the end of the day, you know, because you put lime juice, vinegar, or lemon, you know, it kind of like, you know, stops it from cooking. That's basically my myth. That's how I learned at home.
He says potato, I say potato. You see, I get the dark color. I am working with 2 dark colors again, and then I'm gonna give it a little bit clear colors, okay? So we're gonna use whatever you want. Actually, we're gonna use this again, and then create a mountain, okay? You see, 2 colors, a little bit height, so you create a mountain. So the same thing here.
I am at the same time looking at what Ali is doing, and the potatoes have a beautiful golden brown color, actually.
Yep, you want to see that? Nice yellow color. But I still want the potatoes to cook, so I'm still going to let them boil.
Do you want to have the golden color because it's from the coast and it represents the sun and the beach?
That's the thing, you know. So I'm just going to let them cook for a bit more because I want them to cook until nice and soft. And still bring it to a boil.
So like I said, ladies and gentlemen, and I am making the plates. As I'm making the plates, we're gonna give it a little color.
That's beautiful.
See, a dark plate, you create something out of it. Huh? So, and then just with a little bit innovation and a little bit thinking about it, you already have a base on your plate. So this is when you present something and we haven't not yet put the potatoes and the fish. So you have already something beautiful.
Again, I will come up with the plates in the end for you to take pictures and to show it around. No worries. I mean, it looks stunning, and it's a process which is evolving.
Oh, sorry. Let me.
So I'm going to chop some coriander. And I'm going to go in with coriander onto the potatoes as well to get a nice flavor. And get a nice green color as well.
So now for the chefs, like I said, it's very, very important to follow up on the new ways that are coming, because the new trends, because it helps you to stay also on the top. Okay. Like I said, I made persillade, the fish.
So
and
you've cut the fish.
yes.
Can we walk one more time through the process? You've cut the fish
Yes,
in small pieces.
I cut the fish in small pieces and I made what we call a persillade. A persillade is coriander, parsley, tarragon, garlic, ginger. I had some seeds of cumin, some seeds of cardamom, and olive oil, turmeric, and red pepper or paprika. And then I blend everything, and then you see, as a chef, what do you want? You want a blending of flavors. So
Yes,
I just
feel free
sauteed
to
them,
have a
pan
look.
sauteed them on one side, and I left the persillade to go inside the fish. And you will see when you taste how beautiful inside the fish becomes.
Like nice and juicy.
Yeah, yeah. So this we can just
Great, I'm
turn
going in
off.
with my lime juice. It's actually a lemon, right? It's lime, lemon. That's lemon. That's lemon.
Yeah, yeah.
Great, I need that tangy flavor into the potatoes at the end of the way. So I'm finalizing it or finishing it off with a bit of some lime, lemon, whatever it is. Hey, sisi tumezoea ndimu, which is lime. And I always get a big problem with lime and lemon.
Okay.
That's me.
Okay, and like I said, what we did is a beurre aromatique, butter, soya sauce, garlic, tarragon, coriander, parsley, and just a little bit garlic. So now, and I didn't add any salt, like I said, to anything because the soya sauce is already the saltiness. So, and then the sweetness of the coconut potatoes are gonna harmony each other.
Great, so it looks good. I just want to make sure that the potatoes are cooked.
So how are you checking if the potato is cooked?
You know, you just take a knife and you prick it. So if it slides, it's cooked. So if it's actually raw, when I just do that, I'm going to lift it up. So when I pin it, it's good, you know. I just prick it and it's not coming up. So that looks good.
Okay,
and you
so
don't want to mash them. You don't want to overcook the potatoes. So this is quite good. You want that al dente, right? Al dente is a French word, right?
Yes.
al dente. It's
So what we normally do back home is basically we do some green chilies on top. Like, you know, you just place them as a garnish and then you just serve them and then you munch that green chili as well. But hey, it's fine today. We're actually giving it a international class, which is basically fine dining.
Are there any questions?
anybody question? Come on. Anybody? Okay, so what we're gonna do, maybe the best way to present this
Sure.
is
So good. Again.
and
Coconut is always heaven.
get me some flour, please.
Yeah, so what do you want?
Flowers.
Oh, the flowers. Great.
Come and stand next to me.
The fish is beautiful and soft. So and then we're gonna add the beurre aromatique.
That's like a dressing, right?
Yeah.
I still see someone looking with question marks on their face. One more time. Beurre
question?
aromatique
Aromatic butter.
is butter. What else?
Butter, soya sauce, tarragon, parsley, coriander, garlic. That's it.
That looks gorgeous.
Okay, voila.
So how about you each hold one plate for them?
Okay.
To be taking pictures. Have you
Alright.
finished
Yeah.
your shot? One moment.
So this is the end of the end product. It has been a long day today. From Eldoret, we have been showing you the farms, we have been showing you the vegetables. It has been a beautiful day. I think I have been very spoiled today because I have been on the ground. We have been doing some master classes with Chef Ali. We have been doing some classes with the chefs behind me, Chef Marco and Chef Eric, which are going to start now doing some new things with vegetables. But it has been a blessing. What a blessed country. Beautiful soil, beautiful vegetables, beautiful flowers. We have been spoiled. So thank you very much, and we will see you next week.